Understanding building codes and standards and impact specifications. Welcome to Building Knowledge 101. In this video, we explain how to determine the relevant building codes and standards that impact the architectural design and specification of a building project. One of the first things that an architect must do when beginning a new project is determine what codes and standards are in effect that will impact the design and specification of the project. Code versions are implemented and enforced at the state level. A version of the code can change from state to state. There are different versions out there, typically noted by the year that it was released, that states can adopt so that the same version of the codes are not uniformly enforced across the country. In some states or local municipalities might have adopted an even more stringent version of a code than the state has. The design team know what codes and which version of each has been adopted and has a jurisdiction over the project. Keep in mind that there are also codes that need to be incorporated that can impact the design based upon the building use. Pictured here are examples of some of the codes and standards that can impact how an architect designs a building or drives the products that can be utilized. Early on, it is critical to evaluate which are being enforced on your project and how they will influence your project. A good starting point for focusing your glass and glazing requirements is to look at the minimum thermal values required for the glass and glazing. Determining energy or minimum thermal requirements levels is required to get started to start weeding out some of your options and get you down to the performance threshold that your system must meet. These four standards will drive the system you select. IGCC and ASHRAE 189.1 are voluntary standards. IECC are International Energy Conservation Code, and ASHRAE 90.1 are mandatory and will prescribe the thermal performance levels that you must meet on each specific project. IECC and ASHRAE are required, so those are the ones we want to focus on at this point when determining minimum energy performance for a project. That is all we have time for in this video. If you'd like to watch more of our 101 video series, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kawneer Company, Inc.